You ready? All good? Since 2016, I've been on a journey with YouTube which has been far from easy. From mistakes, setbacks, a near fatal accident, to rebuilding myself and the channel from the ground up. Today I want to share my full story, the truth behind my YouTube journey, and the reason why I never gave up. "2016 was where it all began. I was uploading videos for fun, no strategy, no clue how YouTube actually worked. I didn't know anything about copyright, so I just used regular music in my videos, which led to takedowns, copyright strikes. It was all a learning curve, but it was a start. In that time, I was more focused on photography and after events. At the time, there's more a trend to capture the after movie of an event rather than just focusing on content, which is what I lacked and what I didn't know. In the time, it got me kind of puzzled because I didn't know exactly what I was supposed to be doing. I just thought to follow a trend was what was going to get me to YouTube. And in that time, all it's done was it just set me back further. Because every time there was a copyright strike, it used to get me more and more demotivated to actually make videos. And I didn't really know how to start. There were some videos that I did post, which right now doesn't exist, and that is only for my personal memory. By 2017, I started taking this channel seriously. I started posting diesel content, which is what this car and this channel is based on. It was still a massive learning curve because I didn't know anything about these things. I didn't know about this car. I didn't know diesel. This was my very first diesel car, and I'm quite proud of it because at the end of the day, it made me to who I am now. But let's stick to 2017. 2017, I started making these diesel content videos. I didn't have much confidence because I was still finding myself. I was still young. In 2017, I was 21 years old, turning 22 in May. So my confidence was way low. And at that time, I started focusing more on the car club that I was in rather than the channel itself. It was also during 2017, I started detailing cars. I started learning to detail and I started getting good at it. But I wasn't really confident to bring that to the channel because I knew I didn't have the equipment at the time to bring it to light. I didn't want that negative feedback. Up till now, I still don't have all of it, which is why I shied away from it. 2018 was a major turning point. YouTube introduced new monetization rules, which was making it harder for small content creators like myself to earn. But that didn't stop me. I was determined to upload as much as I could, even if there was no financial gain. But then, everything changed. I was in a near fatal accident which broke my right ankle in 4 places. I covered this in the channel many years ago and I don't want to go into too much detail for that. It was at that point I had to stop everything. Until I was able to heal, I didn't put out any videos. And that was one of the steps that made me take a step back. It's not something I'm proud of, but when life happens, there's not much you can do. It was with that regard that I just couldn't do anything here, couldn't do anything up in here, and I was just going through a lot. Everything was just a lot to process. 2019, I was just trying to be me again, but I had to go for another operation in March, April, which had to put a pause on everything. I was still making videos here and there, whereabouts, but once that operation happened, I knew it had to be done, but there was not much I can do at that point. I was at the mercy of my body healing. I only started making videos again, I think it was in June, but I couldn't really do like DIY videos like what I used to do. In 2020, when lockdown hit, I actually started making more videos and I was enjoying it again. But behind the scenes and behind the camera, I was in a toxic relationship that drained me mentally, emotionally, and sometimes financially. The channel looked fine. But personally, I was falling apart. 2020 came with a lot of mixed emotions. The whole staying home, making videos, I enjoyed it. I started getting back into my groove, found a job in the retail field, which doesn't stop me from making videos, but it was just some extra steps, some experience. Until September, at which this whole workshop, not this one, This workshop
But
came about.
with change comes absolute amazing opportunities. So I'd like to take a second to tell you guys why I have been missing for about a month.
2021 started off strong, but halfway through, that toxic relationship I was in, that ended, but not on the best of terms. I was completely lost. And thinking about it right now, I can still feel those emotions. But not because I'm struggling to move on, but because I can remember what it was like to be that lonely person just trying to find their way again. And it would have reflected in my videos, which you may or may not have seen. I felt the quality of the videos actually dipped to a point where I am not proud of those videos that I made. It did well, but it just wasn't who I am. And it didn't make the best sense to put those videos up, but there were things that I had to do. I started getting more into detailing again. I started getting more into things that I can do that were easy to do in the car. Along with working and finding my way through day to day, I'm happy to say that I've actually been through it and that part is past. 2022. 2022 felt like more like a filler episode in a series. You know those ones that you don't really understand? Yeah, that was the entire year for me. I wasn't putting out the videos that I really wanted to. It felt like an awkward in-between stage. We were still figuring out what I wanted to be and what I wanted the channel to be. I was still being able to push through, make videos and enjoy myself. And it got to a point where I was able to make those videos that actually did well. Like I rebuilt the engine at that point. I did a whole lot of things on the back end. And I started feeling like myself. 2023 I started feeling better. But then I lost my grandmother and a close cousin. A close cousin to me was more than just a cousin. He was like my brother, an older brother that I could look up to and go to for advice. That really affected me mentally. I was still making videos, but my focus wasn't the same. It was one of the hardest moments, or hardest years of my life, and I'll still say today that was the worst year of my life so far. 2024 was all about rebuilding. I started making videos which I truly enjoyed, not just what I thought I had to make. I focused on doing things the right way, and I started focusing on quality, not quantity. Which is why in late 2024, you saw I was doing things that I really neglected. Like I started doing the suspension on the car, I started upgrading, and I started taking care of things that needed attention. Over those years since 2020 till 2024, the car was fairly neglected. And I'm not ashamed to say that to a degree. It's been a whole lot of financials in the wrong areas rather than putting it to where the car needed. And that's what really set me back. I had to do a lot of things on the back end. I had to do a lot of things to the car and brought you guys a video so you guys see my journey. There was a lot of things that I needed to get done. Which brings me to 2025. You guys have seen me grow since 2016, 2017. You've seen my facial expressions change. You've been through my life. You've seen through everything. And I haven't been that type of person to hold out or not give the information that people need. There are some trade secrets that I keep to myself, especially because I'm in a workshop scene. But there are certain things that I can't really disclose, but there will always be times where I will always help as much as I can. This year has been one of those years where things just go right and then everything goes wrong all at the same time. This year, 2025, I've only uploaded a few videos. And in that point, and in those times, I had to rebuild my entire editing PC, which is the PC that I've had since 2019. It's a PC that I've worked with and brought this channel to life. So I had to rebuild everything. I started with a new GPU, started with a new CPU, new power supply, and new RAM. For those tech guys who are out there, you guys know the struggle. A 2019 build, I'm still kept it 8 to 9 gen, and it's, knock on wood, it's been doing great. And then that brings me to the last video. The last video I uploaded was the fuel pump. That was in June, and since then this car has not been on the road since. Currently at the time of filming that, the ECU is damaged, setting me back once again. However, I'm not frustrated with it anymore. I'm just taking one step at a time. Which brings me to 2017 till now, and the reason why I shifted content ideas. From 2017 till now, this channel evolved from focusing just on solely diesel content to general E90 content. This shift has brought me a wider audience and gave me the freedom to create what I love. Looking back, is one of the best decisions I've made. Instead of just pigeonholing myself into just constantly diesel content, I was able to widen it up to general E90, which has given me the opportunity to connect with a much broader audience to get more information as to pass out more information as well. Whereas something can go wrong, it will. And that has allowed me to reach out and get that content to you guys. Looking back, every setback and mistake shaped me into who I am today. I could have quit 100 times, but I didn't. And that's because of my passion for cars and your support. If you've been here since the start, thank you. If you're new, welcome to the journey. If you would like to support my future builds, you can join the channel memberships down below. You can follow me on Instagram at Preshaan, linked up on top of the screen, for more behind the scenes. Also, if you want to help fund the next project, every bit helps. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart from everything that has happened to me since the time I started making YouTube videos till now, and even further beyond. If you're watching this in 2026, 2027, whatever it is, thank you all for just your view means a lot. I'm still planning on keeping this car for as long as I can. However long it is possible, that's what I'm going to be doing. I don't want to be stuck in one position, and if push comes to shove, and this car is basically a yard ornament, it's going to stay like that for a while, because currently I am in no financial position to spend the equivalent of 15,000 Rand plus just to have this car in the same state. The goal going forward is to engine swap this car, and I am going to try and do a complete M57 swap, whether that's by means of a donor car or complete engine, gearbox, diff, whatever it is to get the car running. Until then, I have a lot of videos coming up where I need to sort out all of the dings and dents on this bonnet. I have new brakes that I'm going to be installing. I have a new bumper that I'm going to be installing. All that in time. The main focus right now is to upgrade this channel, and by that I'm looking to expand my camera gear. I want to get some new camera equipment, some new lighting, and a much more professional setup, and I can only do that with you guys' support. So if you want to be able to be part of this journey and be able to help me going forward, leave a like in this video, so leave your comments down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, drop a membership join if you want. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for being a part of my journey, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoy your rest of your day. Take care. Peace. And I've discovered something on the internet that I'd like to show with everybody.
David said it before.
Alright. Okay, so we're done here now. Thank you so much for watching this video.
If you did find it informative, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and leave your comments down below.
Thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you soon. Peace. Thank you so much for sticking around. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.